it's all about putting in a simple background to the Bluebird for the month of October. I've gone ahead and used an old paintbrush with Frisket mask liquid and a very fine paintbrush, and I've painted over top of the flower that I've already made and the legs in order to block out paint from going over those areas that we've already painted and getting into some of those details that we want to preserve. So I've put that down and it has now dried, and so it's clear. You can't see it, but I just wanted to let you know that I did that there. But I'll show you, if you don't have Frisket, I'll show you what I do to kind of avoid going over some of those feathery shapes. I think I'm gonna start with, I haven't actually decided yet if I want to do just solid gold or if I want to mix the gold with some of the Mars yellow. So I'm just going to try mixing it together and see if I like that as opposed to straight gold. I think I do. It just gives it a little bit more color background, and so I'm not going to need as much gold. This beautiful, beautiful gold is from Stoneworks Mill. All of these metallic paints are from Stoneworks Mill, and so they're handmade watercolors. And I think what I'm going to do is just put some music on in the background, because essentially all I'm doing is using the same color and filling in the circle. So you might not be able to see, but I actually just took a whack of tape that I have, placed it down on top, used a pencil line to draw a circle around where I wanted it to go. You could also use a compass if you wanted to, and you can vary the size of the circle. But this is what I chose to do. So I'm going to start by turning the whole page upside down, actually. And I'm going to start on the edge of the circle and just work my way around from the easier stuff to the harder stuff. I'm going to use the same premise that I typically use, which is to paint the outline first and then fill in, and kind of work from left to right. You'll notice there I'm just trying to do the hatch marks that I made, but in negative, so the reverse. Just a little bit of negative painting, and you can always go back in, even with a finer brush if you want to. I think the most important thing is just try and do it all while this section is still wet. and that's how you're going to get an even look. So that section is done and starting to look really cool, I think. I'm going to mix a little bit more paint and then I'm going to do the next section. If I need to, I will move to a smaller brush. I'm going to do these feathers in reverse again. So it's kind of like doing some little hatch marks side by side, just working slowly until you do the whole shape. You do not want your paintbrush to be sopping wet, but you do want enough paint on your brush that you don't have to repeatedly go back for more paint and everything starts to dry. So I've now gotten through the hardest part there, and as I come around here, what I'm going to do is just paint over those flowers because I've already put in the masking fluid, and so the masking fluid is going to resist the paint. Now I'm going to move my page again because when you're doing a circle you kind of want to have a good angle to do it at. So in one brush stroke I'm going to do the outer outline, 2 brush strokes, and then fill it in. Now I'm just going to take this other brush, which is slightly finer, and there's the tiniest little bit of gold right there. I probably could have moved my tape originally and made the circle avoid that tiny little gap, but I didn't. Okay, so I'm just going to put some music on and we will finish this up. Okay, so I have now finished with painting the background that I wanted to do, and I think it gives sort of a harvest sun late summer feel to this little bird, which is exactly where we are in the solar cycle. And so I kind of really like it, and you can't see right now, but as it dries it's going to have an intense golden shimmer to it, so when you hold it up in the light it's going to sparkle and look amazing. And all I have to do now is wait for it to dry, and then I can very gently with my finger just rub off the polymer frisket. The one caveat I have is just be very gentle and make sure that it's absolutely dry. You might even want to wait, half a day. I would not wait too long to take it off though. So don't wait more than 24 hours. But as soon as you know that it is definitely bone dry, then go ahead and peel that off and it's done. I hope you enjoyed looking at this different kind of background that I put in this time. A circle with some beautiful gold, and also go take a look at Stoneworks Mill. They're about to reopen and release a new set of beautiful pigments and paints for you to buy, so I will link that below. They are definitely worth a look at. Thank you so much and have a great day.